I am your host, Mr. Fluent himself. Uh, yes, appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
This has been a wonderful day. I'm actually with one of Fluent Radio's correspondents, Mr. Best Dress himself, Mr. Darius. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, guys? It's your guy, Mr. Dress and Rest from Soul Sundays and Fluent Radio, and I'm so excited to be here today with my bro, Mr. Fluent, and the legend herself, Miss Angie Stone.
Definitely,
Thank you
definitely,
so
definitely,
much.
definitely. So I guess I'm gonna give you a good intro, and then we'll get right into it. So, singer, songwriter, actress, producer in groups like Sequence, Vertical Hold. From there, she released her Diamond album and spawned the hit single "No More Rain," and the album went gold, y'all. After dropping numerous albums, appearing in movies such as Hot Chick Fighting Temptations, TV shows like Moesha, Girlfriends, 101, Lincoln Heights, and much, much more. Fluent Radio welcomes the legendary, very soulful Angie Stone.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! That was a handful.
That was a
That was
lot.
a handful. But
And we ain't
somebody
even
else,
hit everything. We ain't even
Hey,
I
you
ain't
started.
made
even
it
hit
sound so good.
well, let's get right into it. First, how are you doing?
I am doing great. Thank God. In this era of COVID, it has been a blessing to still be above the ground. You know what I mean? I lost my mom to COVID, top of last year, January, and my son and grandson is just recovering from COVID. So it's been a tough, tough time for me.
We do.
I'm
We
so
do.
sorry.
Yes, us at Fluent Radio, we're very sorry to hear about that. Yes, COVID, it don't have no color lines. It's
Oh, yeah.
just, it's
But
just
you
coming
know,
in.
God
Just
is doing His thing, and we have to respect the decision that He makes. So I'm in a good place right now.
definitely, definitely. Darius, you want to kick it off?
Sure. Listen, what an icon, right? And right before you hopped on, I was just talking to Mr. Floyd, and I was telling him, I said, Miss Angie Stone is a real pioneer. You, to me, are one of the first ladies of hip hop, right? You've tapped into hip hop,
Absolutely,
soul, R and
absolutely.
B, and yes, me at 31, I know that Miss Angie Stone is the first lady of hip hop with her group,
A lot,
the
a
Sequence.
lot of people don't give us our props because we're not from New York, but
Hmm.
we were actually the first rap female group to have an original rap record. Everybody was sampling records back
Yes,
then because they were, from the, kicking it in the parks and in the street. We actually had an authentic, real cut from the dirt record. Funk You Up was an original record, and you can see why it's around so long. Bruno Mars just used some of it and had one of the biggest records in the world. So, they don't have to give us our props. We know where we stand.
absolutely. But they do, though. They need to. And on this show tonight, you will get
Turn
all of
on,
that and more. Okay.
turn on.
And
Thank you
Yeah.
more.
so much.
And more. Yes. What when did you realize that music and singing was your passion? Like that you knew that you had a voice?
Well, I'm an only child, and my dad used to do quartet singing and rehearsal, and that was my entertainment as a kid. I wasn't allowed to really hang out and go out, without supervision, and so up until a point, all I had was the quartet group. So that contributes to my, strong background vocal support on my songs. But I knew at 10, 11 what my calling was. I had claimed it, and I just began to walk in it.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely. Let me ask you a question, Angie. So what was the process from the music when you started from sequence all the way up until now? Like, was it a hard process to just adjust from those different type of it going from to one extreme to the next? Was it
Not,
hard?
not at all, because I'm the type of person that I grow and I go with change. I think that I used to just hate when old school groups come out and all they have 30 years later is the song they did 30 years ago. So I made it a point to stay close to the change. And whenever the energy was shifting in the atmosphere, I remembered that I have to shift as well. So I never got married to any of my hits. I just allowed that to be the foundation for me to move on to the better song or the next song or the one that I would challenge myself on. Never in competition with anyone but myself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Would you consider yourself a pioneer for neo soul?
Absolutely. On the female side, absolutely. I think that because I was a part of helping to discover Erica Badu, who came right after me, and then Jill came after her. I was there performing in Dallas with D'Angelo. And when Kedar Massenberg asked about this girl that was opening, she was, she was very new and green, but she was eclectic and she had something. And of course, I was the go-to person, and he came to me, "What do you think, sis?" I said, "I think she's a star. She needs some work." And she did need some work. She went in vocal coaching for a year before they actually released her. But when you say kicking off, she is the first one to give me my props because she knows she was there from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Now you've won various awards, BET awards too. How does that feel when not just your peers recognize you, but just the world recognize that, yo, man, like, especially that No More Rain.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. Look, that got me through so much stuff.
Really?
Yes, and
Well,
as a man,
it got me through some stuff too. As a matter of fact, it was the one song that changed my life and helped me to navigate past the hurt and past the stuff that I went through as an artist. Once people began to realize, okay, the neo soul movement is growing, she's definitely not it. They were all upset with me because
I think she probably hit the dead spot.
Oh, it just went out. Miss Angie, we can't hear you. Oh, her thing's on mute. That's why.
Let me see. You're on. Let me see. I ain't got no paper to write. Can you got some paper to write, like mute big Darius?
Yeah, let me find my pen. 'Cause her.
Because she may drop off and then come back in.
Okay, hold up. I don't know if it's clear, like,
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. She may drop off and then drop back in.
come back in. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because it could be her phone,
Yeah,
or
it
she
could be
could
the,
be
the
in a dead
connection.
spot.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
connection, like the service of the
But yeah,
location.
but yeah, this is finished. Still, it's don't worry, everybody. She just having technical difficulty on her side. We believe she may have just hit kind of like a dead spot. So she will be back in. I'm also there is we got to see her giving you a drop for your stuff, man.
Oh, for Soulful Sundays.
Yes, yes,
That would be
yes.
awesome. That would
Is
be
this something
awesome.
I think that'll be pretty dope. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All that. Because we was flowing, man.
yeah, we'll throw it.
That thing was flowing.
You there, Angie?
I think she went to tap back in.
All kicked out. Yeah. Let me see something.
Oh, look at the comments.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You hear Angie?
I think she's back now.
Yeah, she's
Oh, it just dropped out. You know. Oh man,
she's in uh
a bad area.
bad
Okay.
spot. But like I said, I mean, bro, yeah, we'll get you a drop for your Soulful Sundays, and then and we'll talk afterwards because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
live.
yeah. They're gonna be
we'll
like, they're
talk.
having a whole personal conversation, right?
Oh yes, seriously, seriously, seriously.
Like what?
Well, until she comes back, here, why don't you explain to the audience about what Soulful Sunday is and what things you got coming up?
What's up, guys? I'm your guy, Mr. Dress and Rest. You know, I do the no goofy shit message of the day, as well as we have Soulful Sundays. And Soulful Sundays is where we honor our black icons and legends in entertainment. And I let them come on and share their stories, their journey, what they're doing now, inspirations, and it's just an all around celebration. Also, and that's on Sundays. And then on Saturdays, from time to time, we do a little hit for hit celebration. I do that with other media hosts, and we pick some of our favorite artists and we celebrate them with a little mini verses. So there's so many different things that we're doing. You can follow me on Instagram and underscore no goofy shh. And find out so many different things. That's the same thing on TikTok as well. I pretty much put clips from the interviews, and we've had so many different artists on, such as Miss Shirley Jones from the Jones Girls, Mila of 702, Pam from Total, Dawn Robinson, formerly of In Vogue, and Lucy Pearl, Allure, Jay Holiday. The list goes on. Cece Peniston.
What's the name from Black Brownstone?
Of course, my auntie Nikki Gilbert. That's my girl.
Are
Who
you
is
back, Angie? Hello, you back?
I'm back in. Can you guys hear me?
yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Jesus. It's
It's
a
okay.
nightmare.
It
It's
is all
okay.
good.
It is okay.
Okay. If it
All right.
goes out, guys, I'll be close to my house in about 10 minutes. So
No
I
problem.
can jump on another phone. This phone, I have that new phone. It's crazy, crazy. But anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch,
You must got an iPhone, but we'll talk about that later.
We're not gonna be
I'm
talking.
on my iPhone. Okay.
Would you say, Darius? I'm not gonna be talking about iPhones, huh?
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
boy, I got
All
an
right.
Android and an iPhone, and the Android ain't acting right. It's brand new, and the iPhone is she just extra. But go ahead.
Darius, go ahead.
um, you were finishing up telling about how you had parts in discovering Erica Badu, and how she gives you your credit because she remembers you being there and part of the process in her development. And I want to congratulate you on your Soul Music Icon Award from Black Music Honors. How was that? How was that experience for you after all these years and truly getting your
It was
just?
a it was an awesome experience. I was able to share that experience with my group who had never ever experienced being to an award show or the magnitude of what going to an award show was like. And one of the things that they allowed me to do was bring the group with me so that they could share in that moment. And because it all began with us together. And even though the icon was recognizing my 40 years in the game, it began with all of us. And I just said, let's go. We're going to go. And I wanted the world to see that the sequence is still very much around and relevant. And we were going to stick together no matter what. So that was an experience in itself. But just to be recognized, I can tell you it was an awesome feeling. The saddest part was my mom didn't get to see it. And that was something she had always wanted to see. She would be always disappointed if I didn't get nominated for a Grammy or if I didn't go to the award shows. And she used to always say, "I wonder when they're gonna recognize your hard work." So I was, over the top about that because she was not there to witness it.
And what a night. They had such an amazing lineup singing for you. Oh my Lord.
Definitely. We have actually a fan and actually
I'm
the
sorry,
co-host.
say that one more time.
I said we actually have a comment from a fan and actually one of the co-hosts of Fluent Radio. She says, "Grand Shining Beautiful. I have always been a fan of yours. I want to personally thank you for being such a moving voice and force for our Black men. You have definitely helped me speak a lot about emotions that I could never say on my own. Thank you again, and I love you for you and your music."
Oh wow. Tell her I said thank you so much. That's very, very sweet. And I'm happy to have moved her in that way and been a help to her life. Thank you.
And one question I want to ask now: when you did Black Brother, man, if that song is not needed now,
Uh-huh.
yeah, wow, like
Oh
what
yeah.
was the process of that? Like because you had everybody from Tupac to you had everybody in there. So what was that process?
That process was funny because I wanted everybody to be in this video, and everybody was they was huge superstars. And when I was trying to reach people, they were all tied up, they were all busy. So went with the picture saying, well, okay, can you give us permission just to use the photographs? And they said yes. And then I think Sinbad and a couple of people were in the video, Will Smith. And in the end, I remember Samuel Jackson calling me like, hey, I'm not in that video. I'm like, well, we called you, you never responded. And I couldn't use you without your permission. But everybody wanted to be a part of the video. Once the song became a huge success, I got, every soul brother, black brother, green brother, blue, everybody wanted to be a part of the video. And it wasn't enough song for all the people that wanted to do it. So I ended up doing a remix version which was just a video I reshot in Martin Luther King's church where he did I Have a Dream speech. They allowed me to use it, and it was, awesome.
Wow.
Definitely,
Wow.
definitely. You got some, Darius?
Yes. Who are some of your musical influences?
Well, definitely my mom and my dad were, number one. But I love Gladys Knight. I love Betty Wright. I love Shaka Khan. Those were some of my greatest influences. Believe it or not, Charlie Wilson, because when I was a teenager, we went on tour when Sequence first came around the world. So they threw us on tours with Paula Funkadelic, with Diane Function. We were out there with most of the Funketeers, and it was appropriate. Oh, and our very first tour was the OJs and the Jones Girls. So that's the league we were in as rappers. So we were kids playing in nightclubs, but it was
Yeah.
awesome because Funk You Up made such an impact and was such a change from their norm. So it was a very exciting experience. We got to learn from the very experienced artists that taught us how to maintain, on the travel side of things.
Yes.
See, I think you have you have tickled Darius a little bit because the moment you said Jones Girls, we just finished talking about them. So I think yeah, you done got
Yeah,
Darius loves you even more now.
yeah.
I'm a
That
Jones
that
Girl
that was our
fanatic.
first tour. We did a club in Ohio, and we played there for a week with the OJ's and the Jones Girls. That was our very first tour.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
definitely.
Awesome.
What was your most sentimental album?
Well, of course, the first album is the most sentimental one, but I would like to say that Black Diamond and, of course, Mahogany. So, out of those two, that was a sentimental moment for me because I just had my son. My first album, I had my daughter and I named it after her. her name is Diamond. So Black Diamond was dedicated to my daughter. And by the time I did Mahogany Soul, I had my couple of weeks old baby in the studio with me, which was my son, and did the entire album in the studio with my newborn. So they both are very significant to me.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't have a whole lot of help on Mahogany Soul because I was a brand new mother and everybody had kind of teetered off to do their own thing. So I did a lot of soul searching. I found the music in me. I began to arrange it when I did No More Rain in This Cloud. I did that by myself. I was waiting on Michelle and Dago Cello and D'Angelo to come to the studio. Neither one showed up. And so I ended up cutting No More Rain by myself.
Wow.
Wow.
I love these these like these backstories of how songs
Yeah.
came about. Love them. Love them. Um, okay, so what is your most defining moment in your musical career?
My most defining mood.
Defining moment.
Um, I'm not understanding the word defined.
Yeah, defining.
You
So like because you've won awards and you've recorded numerous albums. Not to mention you've done TV, you've done theater. So what was the most
my most
defining?
defining moment.
Yes.
I think one of my most defining moments is the acting job that I went for because my dream at first was to be an actress before singing. I was taking theatrical classes at school, and that's what I wanted. I just happened to love singing as well. But I was very careful the roles that I took, and when I got into the Fighting Temptations, they wanted me to play the role that Ann Nesby played, and I just refused to lay in a casket. So I turned the role down. Um, the next role was supposed to be in Hustle and Flow. I was with the original writer of the script and helped them to secure Anthony Anderson. And then they changed producers and writers. And of course, I thought I would be in the movie, but once they changed all the direction and stuff, I had moved out of California and I didn't get that role. Um, but I went on to do movies with Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider. So those are the defining moments. And then I started to get a lot of TV roles like, Moesha and, Lincoln Heights and different things like that. So that became defining for me because people could see I really wanted acting. I was thirsty for it, and I wanted to be a part of the acting world. So that was my breakout moment, and I still have yet to land that role that I really, really feel like I'm cut out for.
Miss Angie, you are such a staple in Black TV culture, and TV culture in general, with you singing the theme song to Girlfriends. That is, everyone knows that
Hello.
song. They sing it all day long. We love it.
1 second, Darius. Can you hear us, Angie? I think she
When
probably
else?
getting out the car, and then she's about to reconnect.
Okay.
Um,
I want to know,
yes,
like,
yeah.
what was that called? Like, I mean, like I want you to sing the theme song to Girlfriends. Like, yo, like who don't yo, who don't know that song? You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
look,
Like,
you boys. She said, "Jones girls, boy, your ears must have perked up." And said, "Er."
right, right, right. Yeah. Those are my hearts right there. And Miss Shirley Jones, my aunt Shirley Jones, she always, yeah, she shows a lot of love. Showed me a lot of love.
Definitely, definitely. So yeah, just continue explaining. I didn't mean to cut you off when you were talking about the Soulful Sundays and stuff like that. So
Oh no, it's cool. And we've had some amazing people on, people who could get a lot of praise and some that, don't, but they've made such huge impacts.
hmm
And I'm always about celebrating our people, our culture, and the things that we have, um, our impact, because we've done so many different things. I don't care how big, small, whatever. And I just think that don't wait until a person is gone to then be like, oh my God, they were so great. They did this, they did that. Like give them that love now. Give them their
Mm-hmm.
flowers now. Don't wait,
Yeah, because
you know?
that's what we love about. Because like even when AJ Johnson passed away, Suzanne Douglas, like those were such good interviews. And I'm not gonna I don't want to wait till someone pass away and before you actually, because most of the music today, man, y'all gotta look back into the past and see where it all started, man.
Yeah.
You
One of
know.
my most memorable interviews was with Miss Sarah Dash of LaBelle. And the crazy thing is that was the very last interview I did before I took my little hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
And not even like maybe say a month or two later, maybe about her 2 months later, she passed.
Wow.
And that was really, really heartbreaking because her and I had grew like such a connection, and we had exchanged numbers, and she would send like words of uh, affirmations to me and text me just randomly, and it's like she always knew when the right time to text me. Like it was just it was like
Mm-hmm.
that real mama, like auntie. Like I'm like, was was she in my brain? Did she know that I needed to hear this? And so you know once we did that, and a lot of people didn't know how much she had done.
I'm
Oh,
back. Can you guys hear
Yeah.
me?
yes ma'am,
Yes,
yes
ma'am.
ma'am.
Whew, thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
My room.
So yes ma'am, I was saying, you're such a staple in TV culture, with you singing the theme song to Girlfriends, which we all love and everyone can sing it, no
Thank
matter
you.
black, white, Hispanic. Oh,
She
she
dipped off.
went out.
Yeah, I told you. I think she's getting out the car,
Yeah, so
and
we
then
can wait, yeah, until she
yeah,
gets
she's gonna
like
go in the house.
comfortable and settled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's how it was with Suzanne Douglas because I had her number. I had all her numbers. And we had got real close. And then when she did the interview, it was, and she was real upbeat and because I didn't know she was, I didn't know she was sick. But when she did the interview, it was like I was like, all right, cool. I'm not saying that she should be, whatever. But when
Yeah.
she did the interview, it was real dope. The interview was like almost 2 hours long, and it was dope as hell. And then like a year later from the interview, she passed.
That crazy.
So we were supposed to interview her daughter. We were supposed
Okay.
to interview her daughter. We still, because I have a number. I got to call her. We just got to just reschedule and stuff. And I, just kind of, and we was going to talk to her too. So, but like, people don't know Susan Douglas. She was in Parenthood. She was in Jason's
Beautiful,
Lair.
beautiful actress. Beautiful
Yeah,
actress. She was in The Inkwell.
the
Remember
Inkwell.
The
Yes,
Inkwell? Yeah,
yes, yeah. Then
one of
these
my
movies
favorites.
are like, Parenthood, with Robert Townsend, like that's dope, and the Inkwell, Jason Lear, these are staples in the black community as far as when you talk
Absolutely.
about you could watch a movie over and over and over and over and over, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's like like we run in the same race. Like we want to give flowers. Why
Yes.
people here, man. Like just because it's not like it used to be, don't mean that what I'm saying it goes without saying. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have to uplift each other and give each other, our just due and flowers, And so it's an amazing thing. I'm glad to be back, you know, in the race and doing things. Y'all be sure to follow because on February the 6th, Soulful Sundays will be back and kicking off with an interview with none other than Miss Gina Thompson. She will
Oh,
be,
what are the things you do?
yes,
Look,
yes,
look, look. You know me. I know.
yes, yes, she will be on. So it's going to be an amazing time. I'm very, very excited. When I sent them the request, they didn't hesitate. I literally got a response the same day, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah. So
Definitely. And
great things coming about.
yeah, there are certain. I mean, we'll talk about it once we get off the air. But there are certain interviews. It's like, man, I gotta get like this was one of them. I was like, I gotta get Angie Stone. Like, I gotta get it. Like, cause like that's just one of those things. Like Angie Stone, After Seven, Monifa. Those are like, yeah.
I love Monifa. Yeah, I've been trying to get Monifa on since the beginning. Okay. the beginning, the very beginning, and she's so dope. He's so dope, so dope. You gotta get Coco on here. You got to.
Look, well, I'm gonna need you to be the bridge for that, sir. Because
I
you
know.
gotta end. You gotta end with that. You gotta
I,
end. Y'all done talked, y'all done partied, y'all done did all these different things.
even
So
party.
seriously, he came to Chicago and they kicked it. The SWV, they kicked it, like kicked it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like Darius, he's in there with SWV, Allure, Nikki Gilbert. But look, like his resume is extensive. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be seeing it.
And my girls escape too. I love them down.
Yes, yeah, he
I
was at
had,
the verses. Can he get Bobby Brown? I want to get Bobby Brown.
listen, I ain't listen. Bobby Brown, that's next level. That's
That's what I
next
said.
level.
That's what I said.
But
With
you know,
Coco.
Coco hasn't even been on my show yet.
Yeah, okay, okay. So yeah, you got to break bread over there first. That's
I
cool.
gotta get it right first. Gotta get it right.
Yeah.
But I did have Latasha Scott on from
Mm-hmm.
Escape. That was dope. She's a sweetheart. Such a sweetheart. Her and her sister. Tamika. The whole group. All of them are sweethearts. All of them. All the girls. Lily, amazing from, SWV. That's one thing I will say. I have met some amazing people, and it's the legendary artists that are so kind and sweet. I don't know what's for these other ones. These need to kind of, get a little better with the, fans and stuff, but they always are kind, warm, welcoming, and dropping gems. Always.
You know what? And that's why I love doing interviews like this, because you find out about these backstories to
Yes.
songs. Like, man, this song was actually originally for this person, but I wound up coming to the studio, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? These backstories are like the dopest thing ever. You know what I'm saying?
They are amazing. You're like, wait, what happened?
On the
Who?
real. On the
Yeah,
real.
you find out some amazing things, and you're like, who would have
Like for
known?
instance, what she just said, No More Rain was supposed to be, D'Angelo and Michelle. I don't want to mess up her name. It was supposed to be them two on there too, and it didn't happen like that. So now she just wound up singing it, and that's why
Yeah,
I said,
and produced it herself. Just she's collated, cut it. I'm like, wow, amazing. That's just like people were so shocked to learn that Rain by SWV was originally for Brandy.
wow, really?
Yep, that was for
Wow,
Brandy. Mhm.
wow,
That was for
okay.
Brandy. Right. So could you imagine those Brandy vocals on Rain? That's a whole different spin on it. A whole a whole different take. So yeah, you learn so much, so much.
And that's the dope part about like all these music, these music stories that come out of stuff like that. That's why, you know, and I don't want to I don't want to speak for you, but that's one of the reasons, not all the reasons, but that's one of the reasons why we do some of these interviews like this, is because you get stories, backstories of stuff that you never would have heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And that's what I want. I want them to be able to tell their story, tell their journey, tell with, as much as possible in the time that we have, all that they have contributed
Hmm.
to the industry and to the culture. And, where though sometimes they may not get that opportunity, to kind of dive into that. Um, and so that's why I had loved Versus so much. It has changed a lot since it originally started, but I liked that was kind of like the basics of it, to be able to, show your catalog, what you've done, right? And to kind of sit down with another artist, right? And to talk about the process, what you were thinking, going through, how did this song come about? And, just so many different things. Now it's more so much focused on them performing the
The
hits and
grits.
da, 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 da. Yeah, but I loved how it was very intimate. You sit down and you talk and you chop it up. And of course, you play the songs, yes. But
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Ask you a question. So who you think Angie Stone can go against in the verses?
Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson.
Who you think? I think either it's Erica Badu,
Macy Gray.
Macy Gray is a good one.
Mm.
Erica Badu or Jill Scott. It has to be one of them.
But they already did it.
Well, Erykah Badu and Jill Scott did theirs, right?
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Already. But if it had to be someone from like that neo soul era, I would have liked to have seen Angie do one with Jill. I feel like that would have been a more of a cohesive vibe. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But then you kind of think like Miss Angie Stone was out years before.
Well, she's been there what 40 years.
Yeah. So that part is kind of like, would she feel like she would be disrespecting herself, right? You know, doing one with a Jill. Not that Jill is not qualified. No, it's just like, yo, I've been in the game 40 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a tough one, though.
It is because the neo soul. I'm sure there are people that are out there that actually do neo soul and things like that. You know, but you know, we just kind of like speaking of just if it was just a woman, but what if it, you know, there are neo soul men? So you know, there's like
Now,
you know, if you think about Calvin Richardson, he's not neo soul, but he's soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No child. Like you know what I'm saying? You have to look at it like, you know, like if we get past the gender, it's like okay.
Because my thing is this: it don't have to be her up against another woman.
There she go.
I'm sorry, guys. I made it back.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
we was over here just seeing. I said, who would Angie Stone go against in the verses? We was over here talking about it.
Oh Lord! Everybody asked me who would I go against. Um, you know, I just do me. Whoever they put me against, it don't matter because your songs and your projects are gonna carry you. You know, you got your diehard Angie Stone fans. You got, you know, I don't know. It's not too many soul icons out here, but um, you know, if you had to throw me in a bag with a lot of other artists that I adore, you could say me and Tweet. You could say me and they will probably want to put me with a Selena Johnson or somebody.
I didn't even think about her.
No, me neither.
I know you didn't, but
no, not like that.
no. I got you, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard call because there are a lot of artists that have, you know, quite a few hits and then some that just have a few hits. You know, I am an album person. So, you know, if you get into an Angie Stone album, you know, every song is not going to be a single, but you'd be surprised at when you get into the songs, how many of my songs talk to people in general.
Yeah,
So,
you're
you
a
know,
whole
I would
vibe.
probably snatch Two Bad Habits or Magnet or something, Never Bride, any of those songs that people would love, and anything off Mahogany Soul, you know, everybody loves that. So,
Yeah.
as far as verses with somebody, I don't know, just pick somebody. I
It's
mean, I thought Stephanie Mills and I would have been good, you know, but they
Yeah.
put her with Shaka, and that's fine. But it's hard. It's really hard to pinpoint because, you know, I got my little thing and people got their thing. So
right. You got some B singles though, because you got More Than a Woman with Joe too. So that's you know it's
and
hard.
Cap, you know, we was talking about that the other day.
It's
Stay
like
for a while. You got
Yeah.
you know, you got.
The song with
I got
Snoop
a lot of
Dogg.
songs with a lot of men in my life. I got a song with Music Soul Child.
yes.
You know, it's some stuff there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
I think she don't have to go up against another woman. She could do one of the guys too.
Oh, it's funny you said that because I thought that initially, if I had to go up against anybody, it would be a guy.
See,
I
yeah.
said that because there's not too many females that I would really put myself against. Not that I'm better than they are. A lot of them are better than me, but I think I'm kind of in a lane by myself.
Yeah, because
I do. I think I'm kind of in a lane by myself because I'm a mixture of old school, new school, but definitely true school.
absolutely.
And I just think, a lot of people are not there. And I think the reason I have remained around so long because I know how to swag. When they swig, I know how to swag with them.
Yeah.
You see the dope part.
Hmm.
See your albums. All of your albums are vibes. Every before vibe became a word to actually just say like it's just a vibe. If you ain't got that vibe, you ain't got that vibe. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. And you're right. You have albums. A lot of people don't create real bodies of work, anymore. So a lot of times there are not too many current artists, or even, let's say, within the past 10 years, that I can sit and listen to the album from beginning to end. It's a complete body of work. Like outside of the single that we all may know at the time that it drops, and I'm like, oh, I can skip past this one. I can skip past that one. But an Angie Stone
Right.
album, I ain't skipping nothing.
You know what's so funny? The song I like songs that people generally don't hear until they really take a real listen. They're like, wait a minute, is that new? No, it's not new. It's just that we get so caught up on the singles. But
Mhm.
you got to be an Angie Stone fan. Get into the album. Then when you're in the zone and you hear a song like Remy Red, or you hear something that you can just bop to, or you feel good about, you like I like that. You know what I mean? But it's like it wasn't a single, but it's a feel good song. So when you hear it, it's like R. Kelly. Every song ain't a single, but it's something about when he go in on his stuff. It's just you like it because you know where he going, you know how he gonna flow, and you just like it.
Right.
Everything can't be a single, but if you're into him, you love all his stuff,
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
and that's where I like to be with my music. I want to people to enjoy the project.
no,
Absolutely.
you're absolutely right because some just because it's not a single don't mean that because there are plenty of songs that didn't come out that are dope, dope. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank
yeah,
you.
definitely. You got some, Darius?
Yeah. We were, back and forth with the reception, but I was saying, by you being such a staple in TV culture, and with you singing the theme song for Girlfriends, which we all love, black, white, Hispanic, men, female, gay, straight, whatever. Everybody know the theme song to
Right.
to Girlfriends. How how did that come about?
Actually, I was getting ready to leave California. Was in the studio, and Mara Brock was in the next room, and they needed somebody to sing this theme song for them. And they stopped me and changed my whole flight and everything. So they asked me would I do it, and I said yeah, I'll do it. And it was just by chance. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and I did it. As a matter of fact, I just went in the studio last night to cut another theme song for a new and upcoming show that's going to star Taraji P. Henson and a few other people. So that's kind of become my signature. A
Hmm.
lot of people like to, a lot of people like girlfriends. They had a challenge on Facebook and TikTok this past summer with girlfriends. It was just so funny, and then Angie Stone started trending all over again because everybody was singing girlfriends, and I'm like, wow, I did not know that was gonna be that big, but people love it. And when Mara Brock started producing her show, they got the message to me that they write their episodes based on a run that I do in the end, and every time they fall within that run, the show is a huge success. If they go all over that run, then their ratings are low. So they started creating the show around the theme song.
Wow,
Wow.
wow.
Hmm.
What a
I'm
what a
saying, y'all, I should have. At that point. I'm saying, if I'd have known it was gonna run this long, I'd have asked for more money.
hit, right? 8 seasons.
Okay.
8 seasons.
Wow. Yes, yes, love it, love it. Like I told you, Darius, these backstories, man. Like,
That's what we
Oh
love.
yeah,
We
because
want to know.
I got a set price with my crazy behind back then. I was ready to go, and we just set a price, and I didn't, ask for no residuals. I get, performance residuals, but those don't pay nothing. But at the end of the day, it's the longest running song I have, and as long as that show keep getting picked up and it's just like Green Acres. You know what I mean? When Green Acres come on, everybody know the song because that was an incredible. I mean, that's one of my favorite theme songs.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
it just
No,
like
like
just Symphony Son. Like when it comes on, like with Quincy Jones, that's what he did. Yeah,
that. Good
Yes.
times. The Jeffersons. Like just certain ones. You just know.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
classic.
And that's what we set out to do every time we make a TV theme song. We reference those songs, and like you want a song that is. I mean, it's just like I'm gonna challenge you guys right now.
hmm
What is, because I know y'all gonna get this right. What is your number one theme song today?
Of like current TV shows.
Current.
Current.
the current ones. I think the only one that comes to mind is Power.
I was going to say that.
There
Power.
you go. There you go. You
Yeah.
got it.
But
Listen,
yeah.
they
It's fun.
almost destroyed Trey Songz's career when they took that boy and
Yes,
put that.
yes, you're right. You are absolutely right. If y'all don't put Joe back on that song, it's gonna be
Okay.
a look. It's gonna be a mess. We go riot. We not gonna watch them all.
Exactly. I went to the BMF premiere, and they opened the premiere up when 50 did the live show. The first song they did was Power song, and the audience just went bananas.
See. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just a.
And see, they got to be them theme songs got to last like that. They got to be strong. They got to come out the box swinging.
Look. Well, let me ask you a question. So obviously there you have probably a few vaults of music that haven't been released. So
Yeah.
how many albums would you say just ballpark could you make with music
Oh,
you ain't even released?
oh my God. I got so much stuff that we're revisiting now because of, I'm just signing with fans of NFT,
hmm
and I'm getting ready to. I mean, there is an entire duets album that we did like 17 songs, and we're going to release that in an NFT because it's phenomenal work. And we just started pulling things out of the archives. Like, oh my God, I can't believe we didn't release this. We got some really incredible stuff, like from the Mahogany Soul area. There's a song when they did the movie Barbershop that Anthony Hamilton and I did. We were just playing around in the studio, but the song is so dope. It was a song that we was gonna shop to Barbershop, and we ended up not giving it to them, and not shopping it. And then every time we all get in the room and we get to laughing and joking, we go to that. I was at the barber shop. It was crazy because it was so dope. And I'm like, these are songs that we need to revisit and release. And then, of course, I know I have this T-shirt that I made up called "Me and the Men in My Life." I have a picture of myself and every male that I've done a duet with, and that shirt is covered from top to bottom. And it's so crazy because I did, it's like every soul icon I done got them on a record. Jaheim, Anthony Hamilton, Calvin, Joe, D'Angelo. I mean, Ray Charles. Even when you sit back and think about all these people that I've worked with, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to just drop. I'm gonna probably do it in my NFT. Um, uh, Drop a project, just me and the men in my life, because there are duets for days in there. I
Wow.
mean, I don't know whether you guys heard Receipts by Dave Hollister and I.
Mm.
Did you ever hear it?
hmm
I haven't heard that one, but I could. I'm a
Okay,
Dave
well
Hollis
you
fan.
probably need to go on YouTube and pull up Receipts.
Okay.
The song is so dope, and it will be a big hit because it talks to our culture. And
Okay.
it's talk about a man and a woman who had kids together. They done broke up, and both of them holding receipts. The name of the song is Receipts. And it's so dope. And I said that was a number one song to me.
Mm. Hmm.
So
You wrote
there's songs that we didn't use. Raheem Devon and I did a song, and then we ended up doing it with Jaheim. But there's a version with both of them.
okay. Okay. You are an
Hmm.
amazing songwriter. You've done amazing work with D'Angelo and so many other people. Is there any other artist that you would love to write a song for or have?
Lauren Hill. Lauren Hill.
Woo!
Lauren Hill. That's the
She
only
was
person I have
down
not worked with.
for.
And the reason I said Lauren Hill is because it was confirmed by Wyclef. When Sequence started, there were no females rapping and singing. And at the time, when we cut Funk You Up, Miss Robinson wanted it to be, Sylvia Robinson wanted it to be a rap record. I knew that I wanted to sing in life. And so I went to her and I said, Miss Robinson, I would like to sing on this record because one day I want to sing. And she was so excited about the record, she didn't care what we did. So I went and I put the "Hey You" sitting over there. I went and sang that over the record just to set myself up for what was next because I knew we would grow up. I wanted to explore music. Nobody else was singing and rapping but us. And so when Lauren Hill came back, that was familiar to me. It was just like, wow, somebody else finally did it. And then Wyclef confirmed to me she's a huge fan of yours. And it made sense. I had someone ask me just this past year, now can we go back and make a record on you since you guys authenticated rap singing? We want to cut that kind of record on you. And I said, oh, y'all wait till I ain't got this old and want to do a rap singing record with me. So, but it was in honor of how great Lauren Hill's success was. But she took what we started to the next level, and her pen is crazy. So it's like that's why I don't feel challenged when a lot of these females come out and say, we're first, we're first, we're first. You're definitely bigger in terms of record sales and visionaries and all of this because we were, when you're the first, you're gonna make some mistakes. So when you're the first, you can look, everything can only get better from that point. So everybody that I know that has done rap MC Light, the Missy Elliott's, all those people that I pay homage to have really taken the ball and ran with it. They were great in the beginning. They just didn't have those record deals at the time, and we did. And I just think, not that we're the best, but I'm gonna tell you something. I think if it had come out of New York, it wouldn't have been as big because what we were doing was something familiar, but it had a twang to it. The fact that we were young girls from the South, we had a Southern drawl, we were rapping and we were singing, it stood out. It was different.
Hmm.
At the same time, it was the same. It's like a Spanish person going into a country village and they're singing country music and you're singing pop music or you're singing. We were over here doing rap music with soul and funk all tied into it. And New York was doing straight hip hop to hip hop beats. They
Hmm.
were not exploring hip hop the way that we were. And it doesn't make us any better, but it's just
Catch it, catch it, catch it. Uh, there we go.
easier. People love it. Either they love it or they hate it.
Definitely. So what's next? Are you going to drop? Well, first of all, are you coming to Chicago? Let me say that.
Yeah, I'm. Somebody called me last week about doing something in Chicago, so I'm waiting for that follow up call. Um, I'm actually getting ready to work on something. Like I told you, I just did a song for soundtrack. It was the first time I've been in the studio in about a year, and I absolutely fell in love with it again. I'm also filming, doing some more television.
Okay.
Um, Planning on making another either EP, but it's something I want to release right away. I just did my book deal, so I'm doing my book, and I've also doing a series deal for my biopic, but it'll be a 6 series mini series on my career because I've gone through so many genres of music, and it's just too much to put in one episode or 2 episodes. So we're gonna do the story right.
I was just about to ask you about that because we need that Angie Stone story.
Huh?
I was just about to ask you about that, about you telling your story in a movie or series. Um, and I was going to ask you, would you want to do it, and who could you see playing you?
Okay, well, at a young age, I saw the young girl. What's her name? She played Bernie Mac's daughter on the
Oh.
Bernie Mac show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the child's name? I forget her name. I had it right on the top of my tongue, but I reached out to her a year or so ago. I like Notori, as well as it's quite a few new people that kind of remind me of me. But if it had to be somebody familiar that kind of looks like me, I would say the girl from Power. And they've shown me some other people, but I don't want no light skinned woman, no red bone, nobody coming to try to play me because my complexion is was my drive. So I don't want to take away from that. I went to a school that was a lot of mulattoes were in because I was supposed to go to Booker T. Washington like my parents, and that was in the South. There was a dark skin school, and then there was a light skinned school. By the time I got in the ninth grade, they had zoned all of the dark skinned people. They closed Booker T. Washington down and sent us all to the light skinned school. So when I went over there, the challenges were greater. I had to work 10 times harder because it was like a prejudice inside of a prejudice world. And there was mostly mulattoes or black people that looked down on dark skinned people. So my complexion made me work 10 times harder, and my drive was greater because I was determined to do what I came to do. So when I played basketball, I played hard. When I played volleyball, I played hard. I shined because I refused to be judged by my skin tone. So when I went in, I went all the way in. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
So that
Would you
means
want
that
it to be? Oh, I'm sorry.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Would you? Because I know some people do different variations with their stories. Would you want it to be, as far as the music, your actual vocals, or the actress singing your
Well,
song?
it all depends. I would want some vocals definitely in it. The songs that I did all the vocals on, I would be that person doing it, like on Mahogany Soul Black Diamond. I didn't start to expand until after my second album. Then I started to allow people to work with me. They had to embody the spirit of Angie Stone, though. I also talked to Molly Music to get him to do the majority of the soundtrack because I want to use one of his songs, one of the masters, and recut the vocals and then recreate some of that great music. And I want to do some new stuff that is going to mate with the old stuff. So I think he would be a great artist to help develop that.
Because no one
But
knows like
I
you
would
can song.
I would use some other people to work with us because we had a lot of, it's going to be fun trying to create the OJs and Jones Girls and all these people. To see all of that is going to be, they're like, oh, wait, I didn't know you know,
Yeah.
they didn't know when Mary J. Blige got discovered. Her manager came and asked me, can you work with her? We got this artist that kind of remind us of you. Because she had that hearty voice, like, and Mary J. Blige came to my home in New Jersey, and my first pep talk and song was a song called I Ain't Taking No Shorts. It was a self-esteem song that says, because I didn't like what they were saying about her at the label. Oh, she's not this. She don't have no style. She don't look all that great. And I just said, I was already sick and tired of people being judged by the way they look and not by the talent. So I wrote a song called I Ain't Taking No Shorts. And she stood in my living room on the mic, and she was belting it out. And every now and then, I think that she reminisces and say, boy, I ain't taking no shorts, and that was, she was very shy for a long time because all those things hurt.
Yeah.
So that means
And
with
so
all
that's
this,
why you saw her step out as this great fashion icon, because it was a way to shake off the rumors that I'm not pretty enough, I'm not fly enough, I'm not all of. So they went hard to make her almost a model in her gear and stuff. But that was all designed because people didn't want to accept you for who you are.
Yes, ma'am.
so that means with all this stuff that you got coming up, and whether it's new music or TV shows or even coming to Chicago for that matter, that means I gotta talk to Walter a little bit more. Than I gotta. I gotta tell him, say, yo, when she comes, sir, I'm gonna need that text message real quick, sir. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, you're gonna have to say that again
we
because you were. Can you repeat that because you were cutting in and out?
I'm sorry. Okay, so what I was saying is with all the stuff that you got coming out, and especially coming to Chicago, I said, looks like I'm gonna have to get a little bit closer to Walter and say, hey, yo, when she comes, yo, I need that text message. So
Okay, somebody else say that because he's cutting out really bad.
yeah, can you
oh
hear me now? Go ahead, Darius.
I can
oh
hear you now. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He he was saying that with everything that you have coming up with new music, um, TV series about your life and everything, he was saying that he needs to get a little more in contact with Walter so that when you do pop into you know Chicago, he need that text message, right? Oh, but I hope that you come to the DMV because I'm in Baltimore. And we,
Okay, it's so funny because I was supposed to be doing um Virginia Fairfax on the 11th. They just postponed that show yesterday
okay.
with Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Yes.
Um, and Joe. And so now I was on the phone with the Birchmere today. They'll
Okay.
probably be booking me for April, I think, either
Okay.
March or April.
Okay.
Um, the DMV is a huge market for me.
We love you.
And what I'm doing now is just preparation for the Smoking Grooves tour, just trying to get ready to just give a different flavor. Same Angie Stone, but trying to do some medleys and stuff that I never get to do, so
Okay.
that people can, get bits and pieces of the music they never get to hear,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
have it kind of gel together.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
So I'll be letting you know, Darius.
Please.
I know you're busy. So before you get out of here, we want to I want to thank you so much for the timeless music.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for just for being the beautiful soul.
Thank you
Um,
guys so much
Thank
for being
you.
patient with me and my raggedy phone. Okay. I'm not the most computer savvy person, but I know your time is precious, and I do appreciate you guys for being patient with me. But just understand and know that the next time they ask me to do something like this, we're gonna have a phone that's just for this. I bought this what is it? This big one right here, the what is like that thing that open up like a tablet,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
and I don't understand one darn thing on it. Okay. So I got to learn how to work these phones. But overall, I love the interview.
Okay. So basically, before you get out here, we need you to do two drops. Is one gonna be for our station, then one gonna be for Darius. So the first drop is just gonna say, "Hey, I'm Angie Stone, your name," and just say, "Yo, I'm chilling with Fluent Radio, where all things are fluent."
Okay, now whoever that is talking, that your phone is breaking up really bad.
Can you hear me now?
Now, Say it again.
Yeah, so the first drop would just be, "Hey, I'm Angie Stone, and I'm chilling with Fluent Radio, where all things are fluent."
Okay.
Ooh, give her a second. She gonna be back in, guys. Just give her a second.
Yeah, this was a dope interview.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on, she got back in 1 second.
All
It's
the
great.
gems. Oh, there you
All
go.
right, all right.
I
So
know you
so
guys can't really see me. I pulled up in my yard, but
We can
I
see
would have been in front of the lights, but you know Atlanta traffic is the worst, guys. That's all I
okay.
can
it
say.
is. It's rough.
Yeah, you blacked out for a minute, so we didn't hear nothing you said.
Say that y'all didn't hear nothing I said.
Mm-mm.
Whoa, just
I
now,
said
yeah.
Atlanta's traffic is the
Oh, we heard
worst.
that part. We heard that part. We just didn't hear the drops.
I don't think she did it yet.
Okay, I don't. We're getting worse by the second. I don't know what's going on, but if you guys can hear me, I said Atlanta's traffic is horrible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So you want her to do
So
the
what's
voice
plan?
first?
What's next for you guys?
Oh, well, Miss Angie, I do have. Look, I never had it flipped
Huh?
on me before. I never had the question flipped on me before. What I was doing next.
Okay.
Um,
Well, the radio's a big deal, but you gotta, you know, how do you guys manage to keep up with everything that's going on?
yeah. So right now for myself, I do a live chat show on Instagram called Soulful Sundays, where we celebrate all things Black entertainment. And so I like to have artists just like yourself, legends that come on and are able to tell their stories and express, everything that they've done. And I like to give them their flowers. Upcoming next on February 6th, we're going to have Miss Gina Thompson on. She's going to be coming on to talk about everything that she's been doing, from vocal coaching, songwriting, her experience being on DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic, and so forth. And we're looking forward to having more artists on. I mean, it's funny because when you brought up the Jones Girls, I thought about Miss Shirley Jones, who I've had on my show twice, and she calls me her.
Wow.
Yeah, she calls me her nephew. So that's my auntie Shirley, and she's a sweetheart, always giving me kind words of advice and give me that tough love when I need it.
She is awesome. I mean, I met her here in Atlanta, and we hit it off right away. So, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, 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 yes. We need to have you on. I would love to have you on.
Absolutely. You just tell me when.
Got you. Got
You
you.
already
Got you.
know.
Got you.
You
Got
already
you.
know. You already
Thank
know.
you so
Okay.
much.
Well, I guess
Okay.
Yes,
us
ma'am.
in the radio station, uh, I think we may do a gala. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We may be doing a gala because we have a fragrance that we're going to be releasing.
Oh,
Actually,
great.
two
Congratulations.
fragrances. Oh, thank you. And as soon as you get released, then I'm gonna hit you up so we can get some to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I will help promote it. Okay.
Definitely, definitely. Darius, did you want to do your drop?
Oh, sure. If you don't mind, Miss Angie, just tell the people, hey, I'm kicking it with my boy, Mr. Dress and Rest of Soulful Sundays.
Dress and Rest of Soulful Sundays. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready?
Yes.
Let me win.
Go.
Hey, it's your girl Angie Stone, and I'm kicking it with my boys Dress and Russ at Soulful Sundays. Join us.
Cool. And the last one is the Fluent Radio one. You say I'm Angie Stone and I'm
Huh?
chilling with. Hello.
I'm chilling with what he cut
Yeah.
out.
So it's basically you say. Go ahead.
It went out again. Say it again.
You just say I'm Angie Stone. I'm chilling with
I'm
Fluent
Angie
Radio.
Stone, and I'm chilling with.
Fluent Radio.
Okay, I'm Angie Stone, and I'm chilling with. Okay, somebody else got to say that.
Fluent Radio.
Fluent.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Hey, what's up, y'all? I am Angie Stone, and I'm chilling with Fluent Radio.
Thank you so much, Angie. We really appreciate you, and you definitely go hear from actually the both of us, and you be blessed and just be safe.
All right, y'all do the same thing, okay? And whenever you need me, holler at me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Always.
Always. Love you.
All right, y'all take care and be safe out there.
You
Yes,
too.
ma'am. You too.
Bye bye.
All right. All right. Bye bye.
Look. That was dope. That was dope, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
dope. That was
That was
dope. That was dope.
awesome. Awesome.
Darius, man, I want to appreciate you, man, for doing for coming on. So basically, just going forward, um, this is the move.
Yes. Yes.
This is the move.
It's the move.
And that's just gonna be that. You feel what I'm saying? That way, it help you. You help me out. I help you out, and
Absolutely.
it get you back and beyond that 6,000.
Yeah. 'Cause I was right there, like, damn it, 7K. I'm like, what happened? Craziness. But um, I, I I didn't want to put out there about the Soulful Sunday honors yet, even though that's
Mhm.
for next year. But I'm glad for this moment because she is actually one of the people that I would like to honor at my gala.
Okay. So you just pretty much just need the information there.
Hmm.
I say you just need the number. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Uh,
And she wants to be on Soulful. She wants to be on Soulful Sundays for the actual like show interview. So I gotta set that up too. Yeah.
yeah. So what I do is, well, that's my wife. You see her.
Hey.
Sexy. What we'll do is, when I get out here, it take me about 10 minutes to get to the crib.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send you all the stuff so that you can set up an interview, and have her on Soul for Sunday. And
Okay. You think we should do it how we did with 112, kind of like, cause her booking person knows you right now.
no, I'm gonna give you, because that way you can create that relationship as well. So
No, no,
when she
no. I know, but I'm saying maybe introduce me to him so that it'll.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it translate better. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So yeah, that's fine. Because I think what I'm gonna do is I could just have y'all on three way,
Okay. Cool.
and then I call him, and then you be on the phone, and I'm introducing. I'm gonna get off the phone, and then you know,
Work it out. Gotcha.
everything, and then that way when she comes to the DMV, that relationship's already there. You can go backstage, you can do your thing, you do your 1 2, and then do your 3 4.
Yeah, because I got to honor the late that be the original soul sister.
Definitely, definitely. So I
Yes.
definitely appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for coming on,
so
man.
much. And we have so much more to do. And I appreciate you for always looking out, reaching out. And I can't wait to see what else we cook up.
Definitely, definitely. All right, brother, man. You take care, and we gonna talk. Actually, we're gonna talk. Um, I'll let you know when we do the 3 way call,
Okay.
and you let me know when you're ready, and then we'll go from there.
You know, I stay ready. I got to
What
get.
time you actually get at home, so that way I know when to call.
Typically, I get home around like 4:30. Like 4:30.
4:30.
Yeah.
So that's
Unless
about
unless I yeah, the latest 5 o'clock. Latest 5 o'clock.